Hello and welcome, my friends, to one of the most impossibly hard maps in the entire Bloons series. So we have BTD5 Mobile here. I believe this is also a co-op map. It's called Down the Drain. I'm going to beat it for you guys. I'm not going to get no lives lost, though. Just as a quick heads up, I think this map is one of the hardest maps that I've ever played. Quite possibly harder than Bloontonium Lab, and it's, I think, any other map that I've ever played. So just looking at it, you can tell that balloons come out of the little lake type thing in the middle that is actually water there, so you can put some submarines or boats or whatever. If you wish, you can put some in there. But they really don't help that much because you're chasing balloons all the time, and I feel like boats and stuff really aren't that great unless you get them in a really nice position where they can attack multiple spots at once. Yeah, they can definitely be used, but effectively, maybe not so much. But then the balloons just loop around once and go down those little holes where the cracks are. And just understanding that these maps are extremely short is probably the biggest downfall. Now, what I knew that I needed to do was get farms up really freaking fast. The only way I'm going to be able to beat this by the time we get to level like 46 and such is if I get a lot of farms now, and that means just sacrifice the lives. Now, I really do give props to anybody who does this no lives lost. I'm not saying it's impossible to do it no lives lost, but you really have to put some time and effort into it. And because this map just came out, I don't really have the time nor the effort to take days upon days of planning and redoing this map over and over again to get it no lives lost, so I just decided to beat it for you guys. Hopefully that's okay. Also, by the way, I did use a monkey farmer, so please don't be mad at me about that. Monkey farmers just suck up bananas. They're just slurping up these bananas like the drain. They're kind of like slurping those balloons up. We don't like that they slurp the balloons up now. We don't really like that at all. Anyways, I am going to do a pretty in-depth walkthrough, I suppose, of what I've done, and hopefully this will help you out in beating it if you so desire. Again, this is going to be tough, and honestly, if you just use one or two special agents really quick, you can beat it really easily. But we all know that's for noob cakes. We like to beat it with skills, not with stupid monkey money. So what I did was I got started off with 3 dart monkeys, ended up selling my 1 dart monkey that I put in the middle of one of those 2 drains, and actually put 2 dart monkeys on each end, which means I had 4 total dart monkeys in each one of those corners there, and I put them in those specific spots because they're going to get multiple places where they can attack, and they can also loop around and still get them before they hit the very end of the map, technically. Then you get a farm, so you're going to get a farm right after your first 4 dart monkeys. Then after that, you're probably going to upgrade your farm if you so desire, but if you want to save a few more lives, you can probably get an engineer, but it's really not going to help you out that much. I much rather get the engineer first. Get 2 engineers, one on each side over there, and those guys are going to help you out quite a bit. They're going to be shooting pretty fast, but they're still not quite as amazing as you'd really like them to be. And then after that, you get another farm. So we'll let you look at that. We're going with 2 farms pretty darn fast here. Again, sacrificing lives for the good of the late game. After that, you want to get your 2 engineers up to 1-0, and then get some sort of sniper for level 28. But in the meantime, any extra money, of course, goes towards farms. There's no real way of saying, oh, get 1 farm this on level 22, and then do this on level 23. Nobody wants to play like that. Everybody wants to play with somewhat skill. You don't want to just follow the exact things that I tell you. That's just boring. It's not really like you're playing the game. You're just following my thing. I beat it then, not actually you. So you want to beat it yourself. Make sure you do the work with it, and make sure if you lose, you retry and do stuff like that. I also recommend, if you want to, just go ahead and save the game every once in a while, and if you lose, you can just go back to that previous one. By the time you get to level 32, you're going to start needing some ninjas. Yeah! And also on level 31, get another sniper. That's going to help out versus those zebra balloons, and also any regular balloons that might leak on through. And then, of course, like I said, get 2 ninjas up to 1-1 for level 33. That is going to be your camo popping power. Probably not going to pop every single camo balloon, but close enough. Also, feel free to, if you want to, get one of your snipers up to camo detection. Just get them up to that 2nd tier on the right side. They're going to shoot faster, and you can get them up. It's like $700 though altogether, so is it really worth it? I don't think so, but if you want to try and save a little lives here and there, go ahead and do that. Now, here is the hardest part of the entire frickin' game. This was at least my hardest part of the entire freaking game. Finding out how to pop the lead balloons right around these levels. There was just no good way to do it. I tried wizards. I tried 4 glue gunners. I tried massing snipers. I tried mixing it up and going with some ice towers right at the very beginning. I tried the cannon boats. I tried just about everything I could think of that would be effective. And then I decided, you know what, I guess maybe cannons are the way to go. I tried cannons, by the way, and it just didn't work out. It just didn't really do as amazing as I thought it was going to be. And then I decided, you know what, they're pretty much the only way that I can do that. So I went with cannons. I went with 3-0 cannons. Left them on close, actually closer to one side of the map, rather than trying to put them in the middle and have them chase balloons. I'd rather just have them hit the balloons that are the freaking closest, and hopefully the giant cluster bombs will hit some other residual balloons that are left over. At least that was the plan, that was the hope. So now, like I said, this is like the hardest part of the freaking game, is right around level 39, 40, 42, somewhere in that vicinity. But what if you can do this, you are going to be just fine, guys. Freaking balloon chippers. Balloon chippers are the way to go for popping ceramic balloons and high-level balloons. And then your cannon and ninja are just going to clean up the rest. So what you want to do is get your balloon chippers up to 2 something. Get them up left side twice, because that means they can actually suck up the ceramics. But as you can tell, it takes a long time for them to suck those up. But at least if you get them up there, you're going to have to be able to pop them with the rest of your stuff. You know, your ninjas, your engineers, and stuff like that. Should do just fine. Just fine for them. And then actually no more farms for pretty much the rest of the game. You might upgrade one more, like a tiny, tiny bit. But that's pretty much it, guys. Just towers. Towers, 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 towers. This is the hard part, my friends. Also, actually, I'm going to freaking sell a farm here. I think, let's just use road spikes. We just used road spikes against these guys. I would really have liked to get a 4th tier ninja up for that level, but I kind of I wasn't able to do it. I didn't have enough money, sadly enough. But if you can get it, hey, if you played a little bit better than me, go right ahead, get that 4th tier ninja, and it's going to help you out quite a bit. So again, here's a freaking tough part of the game again. Where the heck's the Moab going to come out? There's 2 ways of usually doing this. You either go with a Moab Assassin if the balloons can come out 2 different ways, because that automatically pops the Moab. Or balloon chippers are, of course, a better way to go for right around now, because they'll help you out not just now, but they'll help you out a lot in the late game as well. So what you have to do is micro, my friends. Micro is key. What you have to do, I know what I'm saying is what you have to do a lot, but it's like a lot of little minute things that really cost the game. You wait until level 46, and then you upgrade your tower after you start the round, because then you know which way the Moab is going to come out, and then you can upgrade your tower and not have so much money or not really need to sell a farm to have 2 balloon chippers on both sides. At least that's what I did. If you really, really have problems with doing that, just sell a farm. You can probably 2 farms actually to get your balloon chipper up. I really don't recommend that, because you're probably going to be having a lot more hard times in the late rounds than you are right now. And then it's about that time you actually have a pretty solid defense. You got 2 4-2 cannons. You've gotten 2 balloon chippers. So your balloon chippers are going to be your ceramic popping power and Moab popping power, and your cannons, of course, are going to be your main popping power in general. And also your ninjas. Your ninjas aren't that bad at all. They can hit all the first balloons and make sure no little balloons leak on through. And I felt like I have a pretty solid, defense overall. So we're going to go for a few more farms in here really freaking quick while we have some early easy rounds. We got round 50, and that's really not that hard. 2 Moabs, just a few ceramics. 51, also fairly easy, just some ceramic balloons coming out. Nothing too crazy or hard. But I really don't recommend going too crazy with your farms unless you are willing to save. Now, I did not use any save states on these. I wanted to win with utter full skill, and I didn't want to go back there and just keep retrying and, show that I'm a noob cake in certain conditions. I really wanted to do my best. So like I said, I use 0 save states, but I don't recommend that for other people. I don't recommend it at all. So I actually decided to go for whatever reason, a heli pilot. I was thinking, you know what, I'm kind of afraid of balloons leaking. If they get a little too far on one side. And I figured, what's a good tower that can hit any side, any 4 corners that it wants to? I need help like that. The helicopter. It can go wherever it needs to be. And there's kind of an issue with that, because it kind of tends to stick with wherever the balloons are at that time. For example, if there's still balloons on the right side, he's never just going to magically go to the left side because they're a little bit further in the map. He really doesn't do that. If there's balloons there, he's still going to try and attack them. And that means that the helicopter is maybe not the best thing ever, but of course every little bit does help out. Anyways, we're still continuing on. We're getting to the point where Moabs are starting to become a problem. Level 50 frickin' 4. That is 2 Moabs and a bunch of ceramic balloons. Lots and lots of balloons coming through here. And still surprisingly, our 4-2 cannon is doing a delicious, delicious job, my friends. Just plain delicious, and I am very surprised that we are actually able to kill all these balloons with just a 4-2 cannon, a couple balloon chippers, and a couple random other towers. I mean, realistically, if you think about it, all of the balloon popping power, pretty much all of the balloon popping power, 4-2 cannon, ninja. That's it, really. Think about it. Is your Dart Monkey going to do a lot? No. Is your Engineer going to do a lot? Not really. Is your Balloon Chipper do a lot of popping power? Not really. It doesn't. It does do good against Ceramics and Moabs, but other than that, it's actually really bad for popping power, for the cost especially. freaking $10,000 or so for, or not, yeah, I think it's about $8,000 maybe, like $8,000 is for one of those 4 balloon chippers. I don't really use balloon chippers that often, to be honest. In fact, I just started using them because I just got to rank 46, which allows you to use the 4th tier balloon chippers. Because I think balloon chippers that aren't 4th tier on the left side are terrible. Honestly, not gonna lie, I think they're freaking terrible. I don't think you should use them very much at all, unless, of course, you're using them for ceramic popping power, which is what I'm doing right now. Anyways, this is just a break because I'm confused on what I should do. I didn't know what I should do. I'm like, submarine? Well, I need balloon popping power. Maybe an Arctic wind? I guess I can get an Arctic wind soon, because we got to think about the future, my friends, because the future is going to be hard. Level 60, going to be a tough level. Level 63, going to be a tough level. Level 64, going to be even tougher. Level 65 probably won't be that bad, because we have, if we can beat level 60, we can beat level 65. That's pretty much how it works. But level 63, oh my god. Yeah, we're going to need a lot of balloon popping power for shiznit. That's going to be tough to get. So I really think that we're probably going to end up going with some sort of glue gunner for level 63. And level 60, look at that. Actually, 2 balloon chippers can take down a BFB fairly easily. You can get those, the BFB in there, and then all 4 Moabs and those 2 balloon chippers. And then on top of that, you can also go for some ceramic popping power as well with those guys. So doing pretty good. I mean, I'm really not like feeling safe, but I'm definitely not afraid of what's going on right now. I'm definitely not like, oh my god, we're going to lose right now. No, not really. But I do have a glue gunner on the right side. That is also up to 2-3, by the way. That is a 3rd tier glue gunner. Very expensive, about $6,000 or so just to get that. Actually, yeah, right around $6,000 or so to get that glue gunner, and that's on both sides. So I spent $12,000 on just these glue gunners for this level 63, and it worked out fan-freaking-tastic. Look at that. Those glue gunners glued every single one of those ceramics, and now they slowed them down enough where we can actually get our 42 cannon to do an amazing amount of popping power and clean them all up. But again, 64 is going to be another tough level because we got crazy amounts of Moabs coming out. So I'm thinking, you know what? Balloon chippers are probably my best bet, or just Moab Maulers. I really can't afford another set of balloon chippers, so let's just get a couple of Moab Maulers while we're at it and just hope for the best. And actually, not too bad. 4 balloon chippers can take down level 64 Moabs. And I think as well, 2 balloon chippers on each side should be able to take down level 65 as well. If you really think about it, I do have 4 balloon chippers, and even though that means the Moabs are spread out half and half going each side, sometimes it doesn't actually work that way. Sometimes more come on another side than compared to the other one. Sometimes I notice that randomly, well, just like in the beginning game, it makes it even tougher because randomly, like, some yellow balloons will come out like on the top, and all you have is a dart monkey, and that means that you kind of really can't prepare for that. It's all up to your micro abilities and using road spikes and stuff if you really do want to get this no lives lost. I really do think that's the only way you're going to get this, is using a lot of sets of road spikes. Naps frills or whatever people call that. I don't think it's impossible, but again, I think it's really freaking tough to do on this one. But I do enjoy this map. Yes, I do enjoy this map because it's tough. I like it because it's tough, because there's a lot of maps that just are way too freaking easy in BTD5. Absolutely. Oh my god, look at this mob getting so hard, but that blue chipper sucks it up, and we are able to take them down. Thank you, Little Ninja. Also, I had an Arctic Wind over there, which, of course, is going to help out a tremendous amount. The Arctic Wind is going to stop all ceramic balloons and anything under that from getting through. So I feel good about my balloon popping power, but still, my Moab popping power, slightly lacking. We got 3 balloon chippers on each side now. That's pretty good, but when you got like 8 BFBs coming out on each side, this is freaking not enough. No, absolutely not enough. And we're actually getting to the point where the BFBs are actually starting to get sucked in on the wrong side. Look at that. The balloon chippers magically just suck them in and then shoot them back over to the other side, which means BFBs are pretty darn big if they can go and reach that far away. So again, we're doing pretty good. We got like $10,000, $15,000, say $18,000. Let's go for the frickin' 4th tier helicopter. So again, I felt like I really don't know what I should do. Should I just build like 4 balloon chippers with the money I have, or just go for a frickin' really nice helicopter? And the reason why I did the helicopter was because of level 78. I was afraid of those camo balloons. I really was. I mean, I felt like the Arctic Wind probably would let some of them go through. So I decided, even with the Arctic Wind, even with that 4.2 cannon, I was still a little afraid, but we were able to take them down. Those camo balloons were actually not that big of an issue. I don't know if it was because of the helicopter, but it was pretty darn helpful. So at this point, there's 2 things you can do. Number 1, if you really wish to do so, you can just get rid of your helicopter and go with a bunch of Bloon Chippers or Moab Maulers. I personally think you should mix Bloon Chippers and Moab Maulers, not go all of one or all of the other. Bloon Chippers are good for slowing things down. Moab Maulers are good for just taking things down. So if you have a nice stallage and a nice popping power, those things add up pretty darn good together. And also, when you have all of them right in one spot, Moab Maulers do a better job. So that's why I think you should do it like that. Anyways, still doing pretty darn good. I mean, we still got 2 farms left. We should probably sell those guys pretty soon and get some whatever we can. You know, I mean, look at all these BFBs and Moabs getting taken down. Freaking ridiculous, to say the least. I'm actually very surprised that we were able to take these guys down. And as you can tell, the helicopter is freaking roaming all over the place, destroying these balloons. And looks like we could possibly take this game down. Now, if I lose on level 85 or 84, I'm going to be so mad. I think 85 is probably going to be an easy level, but 84 is actually going to be the toughie. Because 84's got a lot more BFBs and stuff, whereas Zomai Gods are kind of bad versus Bloon Chippers. So a nice easy level for 83, just some Moabs coming out, you know, no big deal. We can take these guys down really easily, but when you just look at the screen, it's just like, holy crap, what the heck is going on? What the heck is going on? So again, this is more of I tried to make this into a guide as much as possible, but if you're having some problems, just understand that it's up to you guys to get it done. Don't follow the guide exactly. Use your skills to get it done. That's what you guys need to do. And if you need to, look back at this for some guidance along the way. You shouldn't be copying it. You should just look at it for guidance to see what type of towers might be good for you. Anyways, BFBs and Moabs getting taken down like crazy over here. Getting pretty darn far. The balloons are getting far, but the Arctic winds are going to slow them down. It looks like we could possibly take level 84 down, and we are going to take level 84 down. Last little level, number 85. The Zomai Gods getting taken down, and that's all I'm going to have for you guys today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Again, I had a lot of work into this one. Took me about 4 or 5 tries to beat. Thanks for watching, and have a nice day.